Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to an abandoned World War II German super fortress. The Germans have evacuated the land and taken with them all of the resources that they were using to guard this super fortress, except for those that could not be removed, such as coastal guns. However, they've stuffed the barrels with concrete so they can no longer be fired. So, this is essentially a fortress that only has its walls left standing, and us as the American army here with our one rookie ally are going to be going in and taking over this empty fortress and attempting to re-outfit it with munitions to stop the German counterattack in Normandy. So 5 German heroic armies are going to be coming at us and trying to retake their fortress that they abandoned earlier. Now, this is a massive fortress. There's this area here. There's this massive bunker area over this way. Then we have like cliff walls over here. We've got another massive blockade with some serious fortified walls here, and some smaller wooden palisades over this way. So this is a very elaborate fortress, and we have 30 minutes on the clock to go ahead and set up our defenses to stop the Germans. It looks like our rifle squad here actually has 2 anti-tank grenades randomly, so go throw those out there, boys, and then we'll use the rest of you to go ahead and start getting some troopers on the ramparts here. Now, this is just infantry, and normally we'd have pack guns and AT guns and all sorts of stuff on here that the Germans left behind in the previous times we've played this map, but in this version of the Operation Skyfall map by Destin, there is nothing for us to use. It's all up to ourselves. There we go. Those AT mines are down. Those 2 AT mines, baby. They will definitely be the difference maker. I'm sure of it. What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2. All of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel. Okay, now we want to go ahead and get one of these engineering trucks out here very, very quickly. That is going to have a lot of mines in it, so we're also going to want some tank crew to help distribute those mines when they come on out here, but we're also going to need some AT miners. Now, we're super outnumbered and outgunned here, so mines are going to be a necessity for us. On top of that, mortars are going to be our best friend. So let's go ahead and start establishing a mortar position. We want it to be semi-far up here, but not too close to the front line, so we'll probably stack the mortars over this way and make a nice mortar pit for our boys to fire from. We can also go ahead and get another engineering truck that we will keep further back this way and not super far forward here. Now, if I remember correctly, in the past times we've played this map, the enemy mostly comes through this alleyway here and this alleyway here. Almost none come from the far left village over this way. So we don't really have to worry about that area for now. Maybe in a few minutes, if we figure out that, oh heck, they are coming from there, then we can scramble to send some tanks or something like that. But we're gonna focus our defenses over this way. Okay, we can now get our tank crewmen, so we're going to get them up here, and then these guys are just engineers, so we're not going to give them the mines to place. Instead, we're going to use the tank barricades to try to funnel the enemy tanks where we want them to go. So first of all, I'd like to section off this area over here with some hedgehogs to prevent their tanks going that way. We only need 1 engineer to go ahead and do that. And then I'd also like to do the exact same thing over here. There is the worry that they might spawn on this flank over this way, so we might need to account for that. So let's go ahead and kind of wrap it around maybe like this, and then we'll elaborate on that further over that way. Okay, here comes some of our AT miners, which is Perfect. We're going to go ahead and start scattering mines across the main road here, because I think that will be the main spawn point for them, is just over this way, and kind of get them around there so we can hit as many of those tanks as possible. We'll probably also do some larger minefields on top of that as well. All right, get these engineers out of here, and then these guys can go ahead and take some of these mines and utilize them themselves. We have to also remember there is a 30 cal on top of these engineering trucks, which is super helpful. Actually, even better, it's a 50 cal. That's kind of crazy. All right, take these AT mines, my boys, and we'll utilize these suckers first before the AP mines. Why don't we go ahead and slap a ton of these down on this little mini fortress area over here in an attempt to stop any flanking on the left side. We don't have to worry about this embankment, I don't think, because the enemy can't come up that. So we can get them funneling through this way and then the front lines over here. With these two engineers, I think we'll go ahead and dig in a couple of tank traps over here to put our own tanks in to keep them nice and secure around the point. There's also some that are already built in from the Germans, like over here. This is tall enough for a tank's turret to go over, but not get hit, so that would be perfect later on, but for now we'll deal with that later. Okay, these guys still are not coming forward. That's really frustrating. I'll have to manually have them waypointed forward, which is stupid. These guys planting their AT mines over here. It's actually better if we separate them, because then they'll get it done faster, and sometimes they never get it done if you have them together, so get that over with. And these guys mined up the front entrance very quickly. I'm gonna do double line of that over here. Don't get hit by the truck, obviously, but whatever happens, happens. They did get hit by the truck, but it didn't hurt them, so they're fine. Everything's fine. Okay, these guys are digging. Very nice. I would like to go ahead and get some tanks out here, but right now all of the tanks are behind a very steep countdown, and on top of that, a bit of a paywall. We don't have a lot of MP right now to actually spend on those tanks, so we can't afford them. Let's go over here with our tank crew now that they're actually up here, and we'll snag the rest of these AT mines. AT mines, if you couldn't tell, are of the utmost importance compared to AP mines. This is what we really need to get laid down. So if we're going to tank trap off that area, we don't need to worry about that, but there is going to be a very big stretch here where they could potentially just sort of weave around our traps that we're sporadically putting. So we'll do one big line right there, and then these guys have zigzagged across the main road, which is perfect, so we'll place just a little bit more there. This guy's almost finished up over here, which is good. So we want to make it so the tanks have to come through our minefield right down the middle here as much as possible. That guy's still working just very, very slowly, and these guys finished up, which is glorious. So we'll go ahead and get just a lineup of AT mines straight down the middle there as well. These guys have arrived with an additional mining truck. Wunderbar. Let's get some more AT miners up here, and then we can also spring for some AP miners as well, and let's also get some additional tank crewmen up here to pick up some more of the tanks mines from inside of there. Beautiful. Okay, here's our mortar, which maybe I bought this a little prematurely, but we'll set up sandbags on it, and we'll get it some supplies later on as well. Okay, we've got 22 minutes to continue setting up. I think right now I'm gonna go ahead and time lapse for a bit, because I know some people like to watch the time lapses, but when it's literally just setting up mines, it's a little bit boring. So I'm gonna go ahead and time lapse a little bit. I might throw some additional trenches and things like that around here too, just to make sure that we have plenty of cover for our soldiers as well, but I don't think cover will be a problem. I think mainly killing is going to be a problem because of the size of the enemy army coming at us. But let's get going. Alright, we've got a decent amount of mines done. The problem is we have to defend for an hour, so those mines will only go so far. Especially if the AP mines that we're putting in some places end up getting tanks swarming through them. As long as the tanks blow up at our AT mines that are in front of the AP mines, we're good. But if they do somehow get through that and swerve through them, then we're going to be in a little bit more trouble there. But I don't think that will have a likelihood of happening. I'm guessing the first like 2 waves will likely hit those mines and die pretty quickly. We are going to scatter some of these infantry across the walls here and like maybe down in the trenches and stuff like that a little bit. These guys are basically on a suicide mission. I'm so sorry, guys. I am so sorry. It just is what it is. You're probably gonna die. However, we kind of need them to do this to stall the enemy for as long as we possibly can, so we could get some tanks in place as well. Now, right now, we can buy a good amount of tanks, which is awesome, and we actually will. In fact, tank destroyers, the 90mm, easy grab, I guess you could say. We're gonna put that right there. However, we don't have a ton more money for the rest of it. Considering getting an HMC, those things are amazing. But instead, I'm gonna get another tank destroyer, and this one I think we're gonna pop down in this dry dock over here. That's probably a good idea. We also are going to need an ammo crate for this bad boy. Perfect. Okay, now these tank crewmen are all done. I think we emptied all of the trucks, so that's perfect. We're gonna send them up this way. Wunderbar. These guys are all finished, so go get some more mines from there. You guys are finito as well. So come down here too. Okay, perfect. So these guys are scattered over this way to intercept, and then we'll put some tank crewmen over here as well, just trying to stall the enemy for a decent amount of time. Oh god. Okay, this pretty much instantly ran out of mines. So we got 4 more mines from them, and these guys are basically just going to be infantry now. Great. I've got some engineers here. I plan on kind of keeping them back here for now and seeing where we might need them. We've got about 8 minutes on the clock. We're bringing in some of these resources. Oh god. This thing was about to drive over the side. Oh, it's stuck now. Oh. Are you kidding me? It is stuck. Whoa, wait. Okay, are we good? Yeah! Okay, that's actually kind of nice. Maybe we'll just park it over here then. It wants to go that way so bad, and that is such a bad way to go, to say the very least. Okay. So you guys are all finito over here. Why don't we go slap y'all over this way? Or better yet, over here. We'll split you up good. There you are. And these guys are over here. And then we've got our tank destroyers up here. Ready to pop some tanks that come on in. It's going to be beautiful. Let's ram you straight into the side here. That way you can tank a few shots early on from that barricade. And then we'll get a few additional troopers over here too, which would be great. Okay, we got 7 minutes. I think we're just about good. I'm going to try and save the rest of our money for additional supplies once the battle actually starts. Alright boys, we've got 1:10 seconds on the clock now until the enemy comes. So I strategized a little bit here, got some soldiers in this pit where only infantry can reach, so they can just kind of cap them as they come up there. On top of that, we've got some troops on this rampart, ready to fire down. Same with these guys. Tanks can't come through here, so we should be able to obliterate any infantry that comes through. Even though these are only tank crewmen and those are only riflemen, I just don't want to spend any money right now on additional troops in case we get really stuck. We also have manned the engineering trucks, one over here under this hill in case infantry do leak through here. We have 2 over here, one beneath this hill, and then 1 to the left over here as well. These 50 cals hopefully tear it up as the infantry come through, and I'm really hoping the first few waves of tanks just die from mines and we're good for at least a little bit until further back, of course. All right, now we can't get an M26 or a 155. A 155 is absolutely insane, and I'm gonna buy it. That's gonna use up a ton of our DP, but that's all right because we still have some more. We've got 2 seconds until the first wave ends up coming, and here we go. Where is the... Hold on. Well, I need to find where the extra point is. Oh, it's over here. It was just tiny on the minimap, so it took me a second to see it. Okay, we are going to buy Ranger Assault to get over here and capture that. That means enemies will likely be angling themselves this way to come after us. These guys, oh my god. They have a Panzerwaffe already. Oh, goodness gracious. These guys are so cooked. That's all I can say. Alright, BAR man, throw a grenade. Nope, you exploded before you could. Okay, all of these guys, just lay down. There is no point in fighting this. Just lay down and try to stay alive and delay the enemy. Oh, we are not gonna be surviving this for very long, are we? Oh god. Okay. Enemy infantry coming through here. Opal Blitz just hit one of our AT mines. That's great. These are all AT mines, so they're not going to explode upon these enemies walking through them. That's why we have the 50 cals over this way to hopefully slice through a decent number of them. Here they come. Oh lordy, they charging over. Those AT mines again. I wish I had put more AP mines behind them. Hey, at least the STK blows up a few infantrymen as it comes through. And look at this, our allies actually come forward with us to capture this point. Our guys haven't even reached here yet, so it's fantastic that they're here because they will take out this infantry for us. Got an M8 Greyhound as well as one of these GMC tank destroyers, so that is more than enough to eliminate any infantry. Oh no. Okay, enemy flamers start scorching some of our allies. Where are my boys? There they are. Okay, they're back here. That's perfectly fine. All right, hold on. 155 millimeter. Let's pivot you this way. We're going to take a nice pot shot over here and hopefully get some kills. Hold on. Wiedersehen. Bada bing. And that was pretty decent. A nice little 10 kills right there. Basically killed an entire squad. All right, you guys are going to try and get behind this. It's a very tiny hill, but we're going to try and get behind that very tiny hill. No, guys, stop firing and go. Run, boys, run. I need you guys in here to actually capture this. They're surrounding our allies there and killing them because our allies are too estupido to really do anything. You guys just hang out there. We're already getting 10 capture points, so we should be good here. That's on fire, so that is definitely dead. By the way, these puppies died. This one got 5 kills. This one got 3, so they really didn't do too much. We could bring this one around back here, though. Try and get a few more kills with this, if we can. I might actually go ahead and toss these tank crewmen in it as well, in an attempt to get additional gunners for it. And when they die, the others will join in there. So there is a Tiger tank right there. Wow. Is it tracked? Yes, it is. Good. Our mines doing their work. Ah, there's a Hummel coming up as well. 22 seconds till the next wave. Luckily, our mines are working for us. There we go. This thing is now popping off. It's got 3 kills. Beautiful. We're going to capture this. And we can move these guys almost. Come on, capture it. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so that gives us a metric ton of resources every capture point because we have such few soldiers in our arsenal. However, if we lose it, the enemy will also get a metric ton of resources, so it's very important we actually capture those there. We're going to go ahead and bring in a 76 Sherman over this way. And the reason being, we want some heavier armor over here. Our allies just have a bunch of weak booty tanks right there. Did the Panzerwerfer die? Yes, it did. Look at that. Alright, hit a mine. These scattered mines are doing quite nicely for us. Really like to see that. There we go. Beautiful. This one's coming in. Oh, it disappeared in the fog of war. That's the problem is all of our little scouts we had around here are dead, save for a few who probably are going to die this time. This guy's running by him. He actually ran straight by him and ignored him. Beautifully done. Way to camouflage yourself, my guy. Alright, but here comes that additional infantry here. That's going to be a problem. If they had any semblance of a minesweeper, it would be over for us. However, minesweepers are not in the game. They really should be. They really, really should be. I think for the Americans, there's a mod for them, I want to say. I mean, there's minesweepers for engineers, but that doesn't really count, Yeah, that doesn't count. Alright, this thing's got 12 kills. We're gonna hop these guys into it to continue firing because our other boys died. And here we go. These guys are now coming onto the fortress walls here. We could spread these guys out maybe a smidge more on the wall itself. Go. Good. We don't have a ton of troops here, but our tanks should blast away at them. The enemies are going to be spawning in every 3 minutes. That's a pretty quick spawn rate. So as you can see, from the time they spawn in to when they get here, it takes about a minute and a half. So it's almost like every minute and a half there will be reinforcements for the enemy coming on forward here. Luckily, these guys are getting absolutely destroyed by our troops. Also, we do have AP mines somewhere around here, I feel like. So maybe some of those are going off. I'm not totally sure. But yeah, we're getting some big kills for ourselves. Our boys over here actually getting some kills while laying down. Oh, he just got kersplatted by some artillery. Hate to see it. But you know what? Any amount of kills that these guys get, that's a win for us. I'm going to run this guy back here, though. Oh, beautiful. Is this thing even still fireable? Yes, it is. It's just not currently because I think the enemy is a little too far away. Honestly, I think we should get ourselves some infantry over here, but we can't afford it at the moment. I might peel off some of these guys, send them over here, because it's going to be a little bit more of a rarity for the enemy to hit this right side. Meanwhile, over here is going to be constant attacks more than likely. All right, this thing is mostly in here. There you go, buddy boy. All right. Yeah, see, they're starting to figure out ways to get vehicles forward. Once we start really running out of these minefields from the explosions, which is basically them using their own tanks as minesweepers, I guess. That's like the best analogy I could come up with. Then we're going to be really in some trouble. So these guys are coming forward. They're worming their way forward. There's another round of AT mines here, but then after that, they've got a straight shot this way. So if tigers come through here or stuff like that, we might be in a lot more trouble. But, boom, hits the next line. But then again, that's just an SDK half track. Not really worth all that much. It's really not worth using up one of our valuable mines, but we can't choose who we hit when it comes to mines. Here comes another one. And it's going to use the pathfinding the previous one did to make it through there. Again, it's just a half track, so we're going to be able to stop it in its tracks here. Maybe. It's kind of hiding behind that one, but it can't even fire at that range with just an MG42. There we go. GMC takes it out because it's got really nice range on it. So that is dead right there. We've also got some more infantry down this way that are trying to pick us off. They're stopping right before the minefield. Our allies have no one over here. We've actually only got one trooper over here, but we do have our mortar up this way firing away. 0 kills so far. It's been spamming a little bit of fire, but hopefully it can connect a bit more. All right, so Panzer IV's coming in. Yeah, they've got some heat coming forward. Panzer IV-H is a fantastic tank for the Germans. We'll see if they can manage to make it through the minefield. That's the thing. We got 52 minutes left to defend, and they're already kind of creeping through these minefields. I don't like that. I might abandon this position here, actually. And you know what? These guys, since they're rangers, they come with a few free AT mines. So plant those there. Why not while you're retreating? I'm going to send them to this left corner, so this guy is not all alone fighting these guys anymore. That'll be a lot better. Somehow they have killed some of our stuff over here. I have no idea how they managed that. There's another SDK. Not anymore! Well, we killed at least the driver and the front gunner, but it is still alive, technically. We might as well take another pot shot into that. There we go! Now they're dead. Or at least should be. There's all that infantry coming forward. I'm actually very glad we moved these guys. Is this thing firing at all? No, not really. Alright, whatever. It can just chill there. It got 13 kills. This is a very large infantry horde coming forward. Now imagine if they had tank support. That would be a big problem for us. A very big problem. That's the capture point, actually. I don't think we'll be able to make it out there. Uh-oh. That's a Panzer IV-G. Alright, this is actually not good. Hold on. Come on, let me get this. Yeah. We need to kill this thing. There we go. Nice slap in the face right there. What is that thing? Oh, that's the GMC from, like, a really long time ago. Come on, we need to, at the very least, kill its main gun. There we go. Turret damage. We've got engine breakage right here, so go ahead and repair that real quick. All right, these guys did plant their mines. Just a little bonus for us. And let's go ahead and send them over here onto these ramparts to fight alongside that one rifleman who, to be fair, has been holding his own quite nicely. This thing, by the way, 59 infantry kills and 2 vehicle kills. That's insane for a GMC truck this early in the battle. I love to see it. That is fan-frickin-tastic. 76 still alive down here. Not doing as well as the GMC, but I mean, can we really expect it to? think a sniper here would go so insanely hard, by the way, so I will get one up here. Honestly, I might even toss him over this way. That way he gets the nice side angle going for him. That could be crispy. It could be very crisp. Jeez. Should we get an officer? No, it's gonna take up a lot of combat points now, so it no longer subtracts them, which is so annoying. It is what it is, though. Okay. Yeah, we'll just hang out with what we got currently. That wave is pretty much dead, but the next one should be coming in very soon. That Hummel is in a very advantageous position for the enemy, actually. We might have to get forward with this. Take out the smoke. I believe this is white phosphorus. No, it's just regular smoke this time around. I'm going to throw it right there. Let it perforate. Then we're going to go try and kill that Hummel with an MK2. The odds of that working are slim to none. Go, 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 go. Oh, no, there's multiple. That's a lot of tanks that are tracked over here. Oh, my. Yeah, there's no chance we actually make it through there with one of these infantrymen, so I'd rather just leave them. Those things we might be able to kill with our GMC. Hold on. Can we fire this far? We can. Oh, there we go. Something just exploded right there. It was an SDK. There comes more. Fire! We're going to try to hit a shot around here. Ugh, landed very short. And got one kill. That's very weak. Okay, cringe. It is what it is, though. It is what it is, my boys. Whoa. What are our allies doing? Why are you doing this? Like, actually, what is this? They're getting artilleried. They're getting charged. And the tank wave hasn't even come up here yet. So they're definitely going to get cooked. They might get a few freebie kills here. But look at that. Yeah, they just literally just Panzerfaust. Starts taking... Oh my goodness, look at this bum rush. Our allies are being so stupid. Why did you position your vehicles here? They have such a good fortress back there. Why did you do this? You buffoons. Oh, this is criminal. This should be criminal. Absolute cringeworthiness. Okay, these guys need some more ammunition. Luckily, there are actually some ammo dumps that were left up here, so we could go take those. That's pretty much all the Germans left us. It is what it is. All right, our sniper is up here firing. He's already got 2 kills, so I'd call that a win right now. Our allies M8 completely dead. The great filtering of our allies' units is happening currently. This is a crime to see, basically. Luckily, our mines are still helping us out, but again, more and more gaps are showing in these AT mines. They're going to start coming forward much more ferociously in the following attacks, more than likely. All right, these guys are reloading here. Let's go ahead and split these guys up a little bit better over this way. As much as we possibly can. There we go. All right, those guys are going to protect that left side again. Let's see. Oh, there's that guy in here who needs more ammunition. He's got no kills, but he's used up all his ammo. Impressive stuff. Oh, our GMC is dead. Can you repair that? No, you cannot. Okay, so that sucks. Oh, Lord, get in that 76. You could be their extra troop. This thing is reloaded. I might pot shot over this way. Try and clear out, because I think they have... Well, they also have Hummels over here. I know they have one additional Hummel back here. That might have been what killed our GMC. We're going to fire back here again, instead of the other area. Okay, we got no kills with that, I think. Yeah, 0. That might have been a wasted shot. And these shots are expensive. That's the forward point. We can try to go take that. Might be really foolhardy, too. We can try and hide behind one of these barricades here with one trooper and try and capture it while our back lines kind of provides that cover fire for them. I don't know if that's going to work, but we're getting on it and we're going to give it a go. Go, my friend. Get way far forward up there. We're going to lay you down. There's that minefield. All right. And we're going to throw a little smoke here. And then this is white phosphorus. So it seems like each American actually carries 1 white phosphorus, 1 smoke grenade, which is really weird. I always thought they carried 2 white phosphorus typically, but maybe the Rangers carry 1 of each then. There's that sniper. Let's go. It's just a tank commander, but it's so satisfying seeing them get those kills. All right, our ally is bringing forward more light vehicles, which, again, against this infantry ain't bad. But the second they crest over that hill, they're dealing with a billion tracked Panthers, Tigers, Panzer IVs, and more. And then they just get obliterated. So I'm fine with them doing it back here. But they're going to push forward, I have a feeling, and we'll be in some deep trouble. All right, we are capturing this almost fully already. That's crazy. Let's go! Alright. Sniper? Nope. But we did capture that point, which is going to give us a load of resources. An absolute metric ton of resources. And we'd better go ahead and actually spend some of this. I'm going to get another GMC over here, because these things are absolute killers. And we are going to plop it actually right where our other one died, and we'll use its carcass as our own little grounds right there. We're also going to buy another mortar to continue to build our mortar pit over this way. So we got to spend some of this money since we capped out with it. And we'll buy an officer. Probably should have bought a medic. That would have been more important. But okay, that's fine. Our mines are still popping off. Currently, we have 395 kills, 21 infantry deaths, 62 vehicle kills, 1 vehicle death. That is god tier. Oh, we are clapping cheeks and taking names. That is beautiful. These guys up here, they each got a kill or two. They're not doing too bad, honestly. Props to them. Good on ya, boys. Good on ya, lads. Yeah, this guy's reloaded. Good. This guy needs some ammunition. Go, BAR, man. He's got 5 kills, actually. That's not too bad. All right, we're going to retreat this guy back as well. Run! Howard Hendricks, go! Yeah, their vehicles are getting a little bit close for comfort over here. Next wave coming in soon. This is going to be wave 7. All right, there's that Hummel. That should explode here. I don't need to waste a shot. Really? A mere tracking on a mobile artillery unit? I know, they have so much artillery back here that's just randomly getting good shots on us. Wespies and Hummels and other more stationary lieges and things like that. Oh, that was nothing. I was trying to aim back there where I saw it on the icon, but no dice. Okay, they are covering all of my area here. Thanks, guys. So glad to see that. Alright, whatever. I can't move because of these. That's fine. This desperately needs some repairs, so get that done. More explosions, good. Problem is they might start repairing this stuff, which would be cringe. Very cringe. Hello, there's the infantry coming forward. Alright, we're at max capacity in terms of DP. So we can't buy anything additional. We're just chilling at the moment. That be what we do. Why don't we time-lapse for a little bit here? Just watch. Alright, we're still holding. I think what has happened here is our influx of cash, which we are currently making no cash. So pretty much everything we get from here on out has to be from the excess points, which is not great for our teammate, because our teammate almost certainly will not be doing the right thing and saving those points, which we can't really go get any right now. There's the potential for them to spawn out here as well, so that wouldn't be helpful. Uh-oh. Hello, we need to kill some of these. So, basically, our teammate will not be on the battlefield if we don't get any additional points. It's not the end of the world, honestly. They're crap anyway. But yeah, we have pretty much 0 income. Next to 0 income currently. We ourselves have saved some good cash, though, so we should be okay to continue the fight for a while, at the very least. We're just bringing all these troopers back to do a massive resupply back here at these supply points. Our mortars should still be firing, although they've got 1 kill between the 2 of them. Absolutely tragic. They'll be a bit more powerful if the enemy does end up reaching our lines. Oh, there's a point right there, actually. Yeah, there's no chance we go capture that. In fact, our sniper here is in grave danger. Oh, God, run. Okay. He's got 17 kills, which is mad. However, he will die if he goes back up there, so we're just going to leave him here. The enemy might go capture that point. If they do, then there's a minefield there, and that will take out a lot of them as well. So I'm not too worried about that. Thing is that the next wave is coming in 44 seconds. I'm trying to blow up this Sherman here. I know it's friendly fire. Technically, it's already dead, though. But if this thing explodes and causes a chain reaction, that'd be huge. Do we have heat rounds? No, we don't. Okay, there's almost no way we could make that explode if those 2 AP shots didn't do it in the engine. It's probably Jover for that one. Okay, bring these guys back down here now. Go, go, go. We're bringing those guys up. This guy needs to come up as well. I thought I already ordered him up. He got stuck or something. There we go. Now he's coming up. Oh, and this guy's carrying this for some reason. Get off of that and go down there. All right, our ally is sending the last of his infantry forward. Absolutely insane. All right, this thing is just doing nothing. I don't know why it's not firing. The machine... Oh, is it out of ammo? Oh, it is. That's why. All right, pop out of there. I didn't realize you were out of ammo. It's a whole different thing. I don't know what to do with these guys. Why don't we go lay them down over here, and maybe they'll be able to spot over that hill for us with their line of sight. That'd be pretty swell. Then we'll have a little bit more intel on where the enemy is coming from over that way, and where we could potentially use our rockets as well. We can buy some additional things, but I'm going to save up for the time being. How are you already out of ammo again? Okay, no, you're not. Oh, that was the healing symbol. I'm a dum-dum. God dang, dude. All right, here, we're going to pop a shot. See, these Hummels keep growing with us. So annoying. There's more enemy vehicles coming in. Fire. Oh, come on. That did not get the hit. All right, we need a supply truck for this bad boy. We'll bring that in. I'm also going to go ahead and let this thing free fire now. We are not hitting those shots. Let's get our sniper back up here. And actually, if we can get him squatted with these guys. Oh, they fixed that. You used to be able to heal those guys. All right, we'll get a medic over here then. Yeah, you used to be able to heal if you just squatted everyone up with each other in the same radius, but that doesn't work anymore apparently. There we go. Beautiful shot right there from the GMC, killing the SDK and all the infantry using it as cover behind. Lovely. There's a lot of them coming over here. They have done some serious damage to us, but we're still maintaining. There's barely any AT mines up there still, but we're still getting some kills back this way. So that's not too bad. We're just definitely having more issues now, I would say. You guys get up there. We're going to have you actually enter this now that the other stuff has despawned. Oh, there's the next point over on that left side there. There's about 0% chance we get anyone over there alive to take that, so it's just not going to happen. They'll likely take this, although they were taking it and then they got off it, which is really weird. Typically the AI guns it for extra points, but in this battle they have just not been doing that in the slightest. They've been mainly fixated on the main point, which is kind of rare for them. So, I mean, I'm fine with it, but a little bit annoying. All right, this guy's so close to death. Lay down. He's got 18 kills now. We need the medic up here to build the medic tent for him. Build it right here, and that will resupply his medic bags. Perfect. Okay. Oh, we still vibing, baby. We still chilling. And since we have a medic there, if he goes down, he will also go ahead and revive our sniper. So that's perfect. The biggest worry right now is those artillery pieces. We still have 31 minutes to hold, so we're about halfway through our defense here. They are getting closer, though, and our mines, they ain't getting any better. All right, hold on. You need to come down these stairs. There you go. Crawl down and now run, because if you get shot once, you're pretty much dead. Go. He's here. Very nice. He'll get enough supplies to heal up, which will be perfect. GMC's still popping off, all that good stuff. This one over here, also still alive. An unsung hero of the battlefield. Okay, heal now. Heal my boys. Good. Good stuff. Alright, the sniper will be back on the field very soon, and he is extraordinarily valuable. 18 kills is so impressive, honestly. Alright, hop on up there, buddy. And medic, you're gonna get up there too. And if he goes down, you go fix him. You got me? Perfect. Alright, why don't we go ahead and watch again for a bit, because we are just dominating right now. Okay, the Germans are still completely failing to get up here. We might have just a solid victory on our hands here, to be completely honest. They're getting hard cooked right now, so the minefield defense remains broken in this game. I don't know how they nerf it. Honestly, maybe less mines per soldier. The sniper has 41 kills. Still got plenty of rounds, too. God dang, son. That is insane. I've never had a sniper with that many kills. All right, we're going to go on a small side quest here, because the one thing that is giving us some serious problems is these Hummels. Oh my god, right as I'm going on my side quest, there's a billion more vehicles just coming our way. Great. And they're getting through this way now. I would like to kill the Hummels. Oh, they're facing our boy. Why did you stop to fire? Why do you keep stopping to fire? Go! Oh, you dum-dum. That is foolhardy. Okay, you need to lay down and let these guys pass before you get yourself killed here. I just want to go and blow these up, but I can't. These ones are jamming into each other. Alright, the next infantry wave is here. Oh, Lord. Our boy here is trying to do some snipes, but he's not really getting many kills right now. That's okay. These mortars still ain't doing much, but hey, at least they're over here doing honest work. Let's go ahead and snipe this SDK out for our boys. No, it's under a hill, so we can't quite hit that. And this one is just a little too far away. Fire! There we go. Got into our view. We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Alright, now we might be able to creep these guys forward since the infantry is passed. Look how many Hummels there have been here. There's been so many. It is absolutely absurd. Wait, did our GMC 155 die? Oh no, it's still here. What am I talking about? It's been firing more. It's up to 42 kills now, which ain't bad. Oh my god, there's another. Oh, that's a martyr. Okay, that's fine. I thought another Hummel had hit us. Okay. We're gonna pop that. Oh, he died. I highly doubt we kill these, sadly. Unless our 155 all of a sudden starts actually hitting shots over there. I don't think we kill those. Alright, try and repair this again. Buff the armor to it, baby. More enemy infantry coming in and dying. Ooh! That's rough. That's why we need to kill the Hummels. That is exactly why. So this is going to fire again. Come on. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. They're very capable of killing our Sherman 76. That's not good. We need it dead. We still have no income, so I don't know how our allies are still buying stuff. How'd they get a super Pershing? Or a 76 HVSS? Must be their DP, because there's no way they have more money. I've been stuck at 3,000 points for forever, and the only reason I'm stuck at that is because we can't buy anything else because our combat points are full. We did hit a Pack 40 back here, which is nice, but beyond that, those are still living over there. Really annoying. Yeah, we just kind of gotta let them continue firing. We'll get another GMC over here, because this one's gonna run out decently soon. Killed another Pack 40 over this way. Why don't we watch the Hummel fight? Finally! Our thing landed the shot. Let's go. Our sniper, though, sadly has perished beyond the healing capabilities of our medic. We shall buy another to replace him. Rest in peace, my guy. He did so much for us. It was absurd. They've been continuously hitting us very, very hard, but we're still maintaining our position really nicely. We do have to do a little bit of maintenance to our defense here, sending some troopers back. I'd really love a last stand game mode where you could do beyond 120 minutes of defense. I think it'd be really, really cool if you could do like a 6-hour one and just literally let it ride. Like these super fortress maps, they're pretty easy with the time allotted, you know? Like we're able to do it if we don't like set up restrictions for ourselves. Even with this mode where you don't get any of the pre-built materials, which Destin is the GOAT for making it so you don't have to have the materials on the map and stuff like that. That's great. I love that. However, it's still easy for us. By the way, we're going to go blow this up so we can get some more combat points, since it's just about out of juice. But it is still really easy. These guys are kind of crossing over here, though. That's a little scary. Blow this up. Get us some more combat points. There we go. Our ally's actually getting some good kills. Good job, buddy. Good job. Alright, bring these guys over this way. We'd like them to go ahead and get a little bit of a ranger assault section over here too. Okay, get in here. There we go. Beautiful. But if we had like the ability to have like a 6-hour long battle or something of just constant defense, that'd be pretty interesting to just let it ride. I mean, I obviously wouldn't play the full 6 hours, but to be able to do time lapses and stuff like that and like have an hour to set up the ultimate defense of all time, that would be so cool. That would be so cool. I wonder if modders could do that. That would be pretty sweet. Okay, either way, the enemy infantry is getting in here a bit more, so I'm glad we're reloading these troopers and also getting some additional troops in to help out over here, because it's going to be needed pretty soon. Also, our sniper over this way, it's got all killed. A little bit more to the side there. That's a better position, and we can't get another sniper, sadly, right now, but hopefully this guy can continue to thrive in the chaos. Not too many people are really shooting at him since he's all alone up there. Why don't we also go ahead and shift over our mortars to be this way? The enemy is actually making a few gains here, so it might be a smart play for us to go ahead and shift around some of our stuff. We are going to take this shot over here since the Hummels are now dead, and that overshot by a crazy amount, but now it should just fire wherever. And there's our ranger team inbound, so that's perfect. We got 15 minutes to defend. Why don't we watch our rangers holding the wall for a while? We're continuing to shred. I think this will just end up being a W for us. And in fact, our AI rookie friend has more kills than us in terms of infantry. They have 1,368 infantry. We have 953. Now, we have only lost 41 infantry, and they've lost 181. And they have 27 vehicle kills and have lost 29. I've killed 130 and lost 1, so our stats are still infinitely better. But I think because they've been sacrificing so much attacking the enemy, they picked up a lot more kills than we have, which, it's kind of cringe. Our new sniper, by the way, 22 kills, pretty darn good. Whoa, that's a lot of infantry. Hold on. Let's see if we can't even these numbers out with our ally for just a second by potentially getting a good shell in somewhere around here. That would be pretty sweet. Hold steady. Hold steady. And skadoosh. Okay, decent shot. Not the greatest. Did okay though. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to take the W here at this point. Like, we've lost almost nothing in the last few minutes, so why don't we go ahead and watch till the bitter end. Well, the game crashed, but we made it to the end, so we win. Kind of happens with those very large maps sometimes at the very end. Either way, crazy battle, really fun setup, and we still destroy it with the abandoned fortress in this case. I'd love to see a challenge I can't beat, baby. Okay, there's a lot of those, but thanks for watching. Bye.
I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.